Is it quicker than an E46 M3? Is it quicker than a Volkswagen Golf R? Is it quicker than an Audi S3? Is it quicker than a Golf GTI? What do you reckon? Right, so we recently had a Mitsubishi Evo 8 come in as a bit of stock, and behind me we've got the nice unit. It's all freshly painted, looking good. We've just had another Evo come in, but this one, through some people's eyes, is more cool. Through other people's eyes, is less cool. But either way, it's gonna make a great video. It's a Mitsubishi Evo X10 FQ 330. Let's go check it out. Yeah, very nice car, pearl white. But before we get over to the Evo, we've just had this Transporter T6 just come in. It's a camper van conversion. They're mega money, aren't they? I think they're like 80 grand new or something like that. That one there is 45, something there or thereabouts. Wicked thing anyway. Could actually do a whole separate video on that, couldn't I? If you want to see a whole separate video on that car, van, camper, let me know. C43 AMGs is coming as well, convertible, very nice for this time of year. Range Rover Sport, that's just arrived. That there is a car that we sold a little while back, and then the customer come back to buy another car off us, and then they part exchange that back in. We buy a lot of cars that we previously sold. This is a great way of buying cars because you're familiar with them. So EP3 Type R, we've always got these in stock. This particular car, I think it's 1 or 2 owners from new. It's only done 36,000 miles, and it's a Premier Edition as well. So we've got the Edition 507A C63 AMG there. S3's just arrived. Again, that's another car that came from a customer that we'd sold it to a couple of years ago. In fact, it might have been on the channel before. I don't know, but yeah, that's literally arrived at the weekend. And then here we've got the Planet Dreams cars. That there, I reckon the Golf R, by the time this video has gone live, would have been given away, gone. Congratulations to whoever won that. If it hasn't been given away, I will link Planet Dreams in the description below. You can enter for that, but this car here will be the next car in line. It's a Yas Marina Blue M135i, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. So, to my right, to your left, Evo X10. I'm going to refer to it as a 10 because X just sounds a bit weird. And to my left, to your right, is a Mitsubishi Evo 8. I've done a video where we've done a deal with the previous owner of that car. I say we've done a deal. We took it in as a sale or return, so we're selling that car for him. It's a lovely thing. If you want to see that video, I will also link that in the description below. I'll put it up in the top corner. You're a donut, aren't you? Come on, Amar, come on. Right, so, what was I talking about? I don't know what I was talking about. I was about to go look in the, oh, I know what I was going to say. In the door shut, is this the right key? Quick, we might as well do a quick hashtag key check whilst we've got both keys. I've got the 8 in my hand. We're not going to go for driving that car in this video. We are going to go for driving this car though, because I really want to show you, firstly, what this thing drives like, but secondly, the bloody noise it makes. It's got the loudest pops and bangs I've ever experienced in any car ever, all right? So, yeah, key check. So that is the Evo 8 key. Yeah, very nice. It's got an immobiliser as well. Oh, so it's got a Cobra, yeah, remote central lock-in and a Cobra immobiliser. So yeah, very good. 53 plate car. I think it's 2004 53. And then this one with the big X on it is the Evo X10 key with the buttons actually on the key. Unlock, lock, boot button as well. Have a look in the boot. Press it twice. Really light boot lid. Got the big spoiler, big wing on the back. I did mention that it was pearl white, didn't I? I think I did. If I didn't, I'm going to remind you again. Pearl white. What a wicked colour. This car's got the, it's a GSR, so it's got the extra spec list, which consists of mainly the Rockford Fosgate sound system and also the sat-nav DAB head unit, which if you look at the interior of, should we do this one first or that one? Let's do that. Start off with the old car and then end on a high with the newer car. Which one do you like the best, by the way? The 8 or the 10? If you was buying an Evo, they're value-wise, they're probably worth similar amounts of money, in the region of about £20,000. So I don't know which one I would prefer. These are very popular, they're very loved because the body shape of the 7, 8s and 9s are all the same. And I suppose they improved them slightly as the models went on. And then they just completely changed them, didn't they, with the 10. Anyway, oh, it's open, that's why. It's already open, Amar. Interior, do I even need to sit in there? Did we get sliders of the interior, Amar? Yeah, no? No, you can do that though, can't you? yeah, we can get a nice shot of the interior. Look at the dash of that. It's very traditional. This is like a classic Evo in my eyes, although it ain't a classic because like the earlier cars, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, and specifically the 6s, they're an absolute hero of a car. If we go back in that direction, rewind, reverse even, beep, 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 don't hit in the wall. In this one, it's a completely different machine altogether. On the interior, it's just far more modern, bit more space. In fact, I found a website which is really interesting. I'll also link this website in the description below because it's got so much information comparing the, I'll screen record this. So the 10 is on the left there, the 9 is on the right, and there's just a whole like breakdown comparing the two cars. Both front engine all-wheel drive cars, of course, both turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engines, both got similar power levels, both got 5-speed manual gearboxes, just really direct comparisons to all the obvious stats that you kind of want to know. One thing that I found quite interesting, wheelbase, this is 1 inch longer than the Evo 9, or 7 to 9 chassis. And turning circle looks exactly the same. Turning circles are exactly the same. They are absolutely terrible turning circles, by the way. It's definitely one annoyance with daily driving a Mitsubishi Evo. And then the weight difference, which is something I would find quite interesting. I think a lot of you will as well. The Evo 9, the previous version, was 3,254 pounds, and the Evo 10 is 3,585 pounds. That there, Motor Trend, shout out to them, just found them, just Googling around online, and I thought that was quite interesting. Looking at the body shape of an Evo X, I keep saying X, I don't even want to say X. Why do I keep calling it X? It's an Evo 10, Cal. Looking at the body shape of the Evo 10, I love the fact that Evos have side-mounted plates, by the way, really like that. I actually daily drove an Evo 10. For those that have like watched my channel for a long time, my first sort of channel car was actually an Evo 10. It was an FQ 360, also with a manual gearbox. By the way, this is a manual car. They were offered as well as an SST. If anyone's got an SST, I've never driven one. I don't actually know loads about them. So it'd be quite cool to get one on the channel. Reach out to me and we'll get you down for a video. So yeah, my car was an FQ 360. It'd been tuned by Auto Talk, shout out to them. Great friends of mine, Chris and Tom at Auto Talk in Aylesbury. That car was tuned to, oh yeah, I think it's about the same as this, 390, 400 brake horsepower, there or thereabouts, and I absolutely loved it. A weak point on Evos generally are the clutches. They just don't tolerate much power at all. It's quite a general thing with tuned performance, four-wheel drive, manual gearbox cars, even like Golf Rs, S3s, don't matter what car you've got. These included, they're not very strong, so both of these cars have actually got uprated clutches, which is really good. Not very nice to drive though, which we're going to do shortly. So you'll see as I'm pulling away in first gear, it's very, very on and off. By the way, the background noise, that's the ballotters. They're on it. They are on it, yeah? Busy. So I'm not going to go and tell them, boys, can you just calm down because they've got to do their stuff. On that note, I did put some hashtag on it stickers on the rear. So I think we're pretty much done for this section of the video. Interior looks amazing. Mileage, it's done 70,000, pretty much 70,000 miles on the dot, all right? 4 electric windows, just a bit more modern than the earlier car, isn't it? I actually done one of my very, very first videos at our old showroom in Marquette. I think I've done like a comparison between a 6 and a 7. They were kind of parked next to each other. I'll try and put a clip of that on screen. That was like 10 or so years ago. I reckon it might have been 9 years ago, but yeah, that video there, that's how long I've been, I suppose, in punter. But anyway, so let's just get on the road, go for a little drive, show you what it drives like, and like I said earlier, more importantly, show you what it sounds like. That clutch pedal is so firm. Do you know what, I was talking about the looks, wasn't I? I was sort of roughly talking about the looks. I've begun talking about the looks. On that note, I'm looking all right. I was gonna say I'm looking tired now. I'm looking all right. Them lights are on. Hopefully you can see me all right. I think the lighting's all right. It's all good. But yeah, the looks of these cars, they just look savage, don't they? They look so unique, and I think they've got that aggressive look. Whereas there's always this conversation about sort of Evo versus Subaru. And I've always been more of an Evo guy personally than I am a Subaru guy. I just think they're a bit more unique. I just like, they offer the same thing. They both serve the same purpose. They're both very, very similar. And in fact, I would say the Subarus sound better because they're obviously a boxer engine, but I just like Evos better. I don't know why. I had one of my own a few years ago and I just loved it. And that was about 380 brake horsepower, so similar sort of power level to these two cars. I remember having that car though and thinking it was the fastest thing on the world, the fastest thing on the planet. But after driving these, you know, as time goes on, you sort of drive things. I drive things nowadays and think, God, this is a little bit underwhelming in comparison to how I used to feel about this level of power. But this car is actually an import. I didn't mention that. It's actually been imported from Guernsey, which is pretty cool because obviously Guernsey's an English-speaking island, whereas if it was imported from Japan, which most of them are, a lot of the history is then in Japanese. So we've got loads of paperwork, absolutely loads of paperwork here. We've got all the import stuff from DVLA and HMRC, which is really nice to see. Yeah, it's all nice to see. A few invoices as well, so it actually came over, I'm not certain on the date. We'll do a HPI check shortly. We're also going to do a car vertical check as well. Shout out to Car Vertical. Thank you very much for sponsoring this video. I will link them in the description below. Use my code CCD to get a little discount on your check. I highly recommend you do them. And I'll show you an example of one of their checks shortly. Look, little rally art badge on the folder there. We've got 2 keys as well, which is really nice. And what else was I going to say? The service book, really, really nice service book this. So, of course, if it was a Japanese import, I think the cool thing about Japanese imports is I actually like to see all the Japanese writing. I think that's quite nice, but you can't read it. Well, you can if you can read read Japanese, and I can't. So loads of Mitsubishi stamps, Toyota stamp there. Then we've got some specialists, literally loads and loads and loads of stamps up until 62,000. And then when it came to hit England, it would have been just after 2021, I guess, based on this service book. We've then got service receipts in the blue folder there, showing what it's had done since it's been in England. And on that note, let's find out exactly when it came over. So a car vertical check. Let's do one of them first. I don't think the car vertical check's going to work. The provided VIN has errors. Yes, there we go. So car vertical annoyingly don't have much data on Japanese cars. It's very, very annoying, but it's something that they're fully aware of and they are working on it. I have actually spoke to them about it before. They are very frustrated about it, but I do know how the car data world works because I've got my own data fed website, and it's a bloody headache. Enterreg.com for those that want to get involved with the headache of my life. I will link that in the description below. If you're a car trader, get on board. It's brilliant. But yeah, it's hard work. But HPI, let's see what data they've got, because it had been imported recently. You can never expect to find too much data. So KL08, WJG, Mitsubishi, all registers are clear, which is good. Usually that data does get passed around from platform to platform or country to country, so it is a HPI clear car. It's got no finance, it's not stolen, there's not been any previous accidents, which is good. Mitsubishi, 0 former keepers from the DVLA in this country, so it would have had previous keepers, but none of them were in this country. It's only had one since it's been in this country, and the current keeper and the date first registered with the UK, they're both the same dates there, the 1st of March 2022, so it's been here for, I don't know, nearly 18 months, okay? MOT details, it is giving us a bit of MOT data, I suppose that it would do. 3rd of the 4th, 2024, that's actually my brother Leon's birthday. Wicked, completely irrelevant. It's actually my birthday tomorrow, but by the time this video goes live, my birthday would probably be a month ago, because I'm always on it, filming ahead. So anyway, on that note, yeah, getting ahead of the game, we will now start the engine, show you what this thing sounds like. In fact, we'll do that right now, get it warm. Just sounds so japped, doesn't it? Just sounds so savage, man. The interior, I didn't really talk too much about that. I did mention it earlier. It's just really nice in here. I really, really like what these cars offer. Personally, I think, going back to my personal preference, I would prefer to buy a 10 over an 8, for example, because I just like to have a bit more modern stuff going on. I like creature comforts, and the weight difference, I know there's a slight weight difference, but it doesn't affect the performance massively, and with that extra weight you do get a slightly bigger car and a few more creature comforts. So yeah, I'm still interested to see what you lot say. Let's get the shutter door open and hit the roads. Oh, and also I need to try and do draggy times on it as well tonight. 20 to 70, we'll do that as well. Let's go. Bloody typical, isn't it? is bloody horrible. But if you want an Evo with anything more than stock power, you have to have one of these clutches. And A, once you get used to it, once you get used to it, it's fine. And B, I don't remember what B is. Don't know, it's just better. It's just better. It's better for dragging times. Draggy box is dead, by the way. I've just got it on charge right now because we're going to need that shortly. And it doesn't matter that it's raining because this car's four-wheel drive. Listen to that. Listen to it. That's just a little bit of throttle. It's all these whooshes and bangs and pops and just. Oh, I love an Evo. I literally love an Evo. Wicked. When this car came in, actually, I was driving around in it for a bit. It came in about a week ago, by the way, and I was loving it. Fuel economy isn't great. It's currently showing 60 miles. It's just below half a tank. So at a guess on a full tank, you're going to get somewhere, realistically, 180 miles, maybe. It's probably not a massive tank, mind you, but that's the performance car life. In fairness, every car I seem to drive seems to just, yeah, they're all just as bad as each other, aren't they? I don't even know what I'm talking about, fuel economy. Let's put that bag on the floor. Yeah, it's warm today, by the way. I am in shorts. Look, there you go. See, I've got the hang of this clutch. I got the hang of it. When I first drove it, I was like, wow. Yeah, fuel gauge has gone down a little bit now, so maybe 50 miles, maybe 200 miles out of a full tank. I think that's probably realistic. These Recaro seats, by the way, I just looked over at my camera and just saw that in the corner of my screen there. They are a really, really nice feature. Back to that word character. In fact, I'm gutted I didn't put a camera on the rear window. Well, I couldn't have done really because it's raining, but that rear wing looks amazing, man. When you're looking out the rear view mirror, you see that big wing on the back. I love that. Multifunctional steering wheel. I'm not sure if the non-GSR cars have got multifunction on the steering wheel. That might have been an extra. Aircon, it's got aircon. It's got, what else has it got going for it? Everything going for it. It's just a wonderful car. Wonderful car. Come on, Mini. Beep, beep. Have a little feel. It has been running for a bit, so it should be warm. As it gets warmer, it gets louder as well, alright? So the pops at the minute, it's doing a few little pops, yeah? They get so much more aggressive when the car's fully at temp, at full temp, should I say. Alright, so that's the indicator to say, now's the time, Cal, that you can start giving it some welly, mate. This weather's just not ideal, look at it. I'm gutted it's raining because I want to get the window open and demonstrate some noise. And not just that, we've just had the car cleaned. Luckily the valeters are hashtag on it, but it's a bit unnecessary, isn't it? Giving him extra work for no reason. So Evos just make you want to be naughty, you know. You just feel like you feel like a big kid in a big toy car, a fast toy car, out of this roundabout, four-wheel drive, of course. Just about had full traction there. Listen to that, man. Reliable as well. In fact, I'm just considering speed cameras. There's the banks. I love these cars, despite the awful weather. Look how bad this weather is. Oh my God. But that clutch is so strong, and you can see now that once we're moving, I think that was the second point I was going to make. A, you need to get used to it, but B, once you're moving, It doesn't matter. The clutch is absolutely brilliant once you move in. It doesn't even feel too strong, too harsh, too firm. Firm's the word. It doesn't feel too firm either. It just feels really good, really easy to use, and really strong as well. So, draggy times. We need to attempt draggy times. We've got to do that. I've got no idea where this is going to fall on the draggy leaderboard. I am not going to absolutely hammer it through the gears. I want to be nice to it. So that is going to probably reduce our 20 to 70 mile an hour time slightly, but we've got to do it for the benefit of the channel, for the benefit of the draggy leaderboard. So let's just cut to that section of the video now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That bloody clutch, no! Too early. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Come on, that's it. Bit firm from second to third, and I feel like I didn't let first hang out long enough. But 20 to 70 mile an hour, run number 1, 5.17 seconds. Now I know I can definitely beat that. We're not going to look at the draggy leaderboard just yet. I am really interested to see where it falls. I'm not feeling too confident. 1, because it's wet. 2, because although I feel like I'm used to this clutch, it's going to take a bit of getting used to doing draggy times in. And 3, I still want to be gentle. Don't want to be too harsh with it. I might just sound like someone who's making loads of excuses now. I think I am, and let's just do 2 more runs. I've got to do 2 more runs. It's tradition on this channel, and then I'll come back to you in a bit and let you know how well I've done. All right. The results of the draggy leaderboard. So we've done 3 runs basically, and the fastest run of the 3 was 5 seconds dead. Okay. And then if we look at the draggy leaderboard at where 5 seconds sits, it sits between a Mark 6 Golf R, 330 brake horsepower. So that must have been a stage 2 tune car, and just above that, Golf GTI Mark 6. With the CDL engine. Oh, that was the Planet of Dreams show car thing. So basically a Mark 6 Golf R that was also stage 2. It sits between those 2 cars, and it is quicker than an Audi SQ7, quicker than the Porsche 911 Carrera 4S 997. It's also quicker than a Jaguar F-Pace, a 635D, a 330D, and a Ford Focus RS Mark III. But it's not quite as quick as a VW Golf R. Yeah, Mark 7.5. It's not as quick as an Audi RS4. It's not as quick as an M135i, and it ain't as quick as a Seat Leon Cupra or an M240i or a Kia Stinger GTS or a Mercedes A45 AMG running at stock power, which is also 360 brake horsepower. But you know what? This isn't 360, is it? This is 390-ish, somewhere there or thereabouts. So I personally blame the driver. And I feel like I'm going to have a lot of Evo owners hating on me now. They're going to be like, Cal, let me do the draggy time. Look, I want to look after it. Why don't you buy the car, yeah? Because it is now up for sale on Binker. I will link Binker in the description below. Treat yourself, and then let you do your draggy times in your car. And let you know, put your car under stress. Yeah, but I'm quite happy with that. I'm a little bit like, I know it can do better. We all know it can do better, but never mind. I'm going to wrap it up, leave it as that. Thank you very much for watching. The rain has now stopped. As soon as we hit record and pulled the car out, it started raining. And now as soon as we put it back, it stopped raining. The clouds have come out. The sun's come out even. And it doesn't look like it's going to rain for the rest of the year now. So just typical how things work out with filming videos on YouTube. Guys, hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe if you're new. I'll link Car Vertical in the description below. I'll also link NAFCO 54 in the description below for those that want to treat themselves to a t-shirt or just treat themselves in general. CalvinsCarDiary.com for #OnIt clothing. NAFCO 54 for NAFCO 54 stuff. Binker for cars. And Car Vertical to check that you're not buying a wrong one, alright? See you later.